Okay, I'm going to try that again, but I'm not going to hit the stop streaming button. I'm going to hit the transition button. I don't know if I lost everyone. Okay, cool. I can't believe I did that. Alright, let's try this again. So I'm going to transition to my Be Right Back screen. And okay, still have audio, so I'm going to actually mute like I usually do, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back again. I almost hit the stop streaming button again. I don't know why I had that issue. Okay, so to recap, so far this is the bullet pool stuff is working good, except when the bullets are expired, they are not returning to the pool. So we need to fix that, which won't be a big deal. What I can do is we're going to add a signal or event to the bullets. We're going to use signals, which are a Godot thing, just because I feel like trying to do things the Godot way as much as possible is the way to go. So we're just going to use that instead of C#'s native signals. So let's go ahead and get that set up. So to add the signal to the bullet is really easy. We're just going to create a delegate method. We're gonna, first of all, I'm going to rearrange. No, I'm not going to rearrange those. The export variables work a bit differently. We're going to Sorry, I just got that pop up. I thought Steam was closed. We're going to create that signal. So I'm going to put signals at the top, I think. So we're going to do signal, and we're going to call it, let's see, public delegate void. Yeah, it will be a void, and we're going to call it expired. And I don't think we need to, boy, my brain's failing. We don't need to put any parameters in there or anything. And we can always add them later if we end up needing to. So, cool. Okay, so that's there. So now we need to hook into that with the bullet pool. So when it does it need to pass itself, or do I already have access to that? I think it does need to pass itself, so we're just going to say bullet. And if I'm wrong about that, we can take that out. Okay, so now when we create the bullets, we need to... Nope, that's the wrong file. We don't even need that file right now. In the bullet pool, when we populate, when the bullet is created, we need to connect. So we are going to... We're going to connect... String name signal callable. Connects a signal to a callable. I think we have to call this on B. B.connect. B. Dot, or name of B. Dot expired. Does that work? I've done this before. Can I just do b.expired? Is a type. I've done this before. Let's see, b.connect connects a signal to a callable. Used for one shot, that's fine. Signal can only be connected once to a callable. Okay, so b.connect signal. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to... Normally I like to use the name of when I can. Oh, it's the music. Yeah. It's that hi-hat that's... I turn the music up a bit so you get a little bit more of the actual music. Okay, so expired, and we'll do name of here. We're going to do... This is going to be a private method because it doesn't need to be called from anywhere else. So private void retrieve. And that's going to take a bullet reference. And we are going to do active bullets dot remove child b bullet queue dot add child b. Can we check? Can I check if that is b.parent? Get parent. Okay, we're going to, yeah, let's put some checking in here. We're gonna do if b.getParent node equals active bullets. Oh, no. Well, no, we'll do not equals. We'll just return from there, and nothing else will be done. Okay, so active bullets, remove child, that child. Okay, good. Looks good. Okay, so name of retrieve. Oh. Why isn't that? Is name of... Does name of have this? Why is name of not working? I'm gonna restart OmniSharp again. That's so weird. We're gonna look at the documentation some more. We're going to do, let's see, Godot signals. Using signals. Yeah, that's fine. Connecting a signal via code. Why is this all JD script? Okay, this isn't what I wanted. We're gonna do Godot signals C#. So, oh, here they are. Delegate void, that's fine. Instance.connect, my signal, this, my call. Oh! That looks like a different signature, so be connect. Yeah, that's a totally different signature. Can I just do this? I think they changed the API on this because it doesn't look like this anymore. Instance.connect. See, name. Okay, name of this. Michael. Are there overloads? There aren't. Code block below begin. Do I have to bind? Okay. Connect. Callable.bind. Can I do this? B dot. Why does that not work? Cannot use a reference type through an expression. Oh. Okay, so that works. Then that's so different than it used to be. This is... I hate that they changed this so much and didn't give any, like... Can I change this to 4.0? Nope. Ugh, that's a pain. So there's not updated documentation for how to do this. Callable is a first class object. Do I have to do like a new callable? Okay. This is awful, by the way. I hate reading through this unformatted shit. See, it says we can use... Oh, here's the C#. That's okay. Where to hit connect. New Godot collections array. On player hit. The signals as events do not support argument binding. You have to use. I'm about ready to just use C# events. Supports passing signals as events, so we can do. Can I just do this? Can I just do... It would be so much easier if I could just use event syntax. Can I do b.expired? Except that doesn't even show... Oh. No, I can't. Alright, good night, Nick. Thanks for hanging out. None of this is... I'm using the beta for the new for the newer versions, so that's just something I have to deal with. Okay, so let's try doing this the new way then. So bullet, this is going to be expired event handler B. Okay, so, and that's public. Okay, so that should be fine. And let me double check that. So foo event handler this will also work. So if I build this, and restart this, can I do b.expire? There we go. Cool. So it generated that for me. Okay, anyway. Okay, so that actually makes this easy. So now we just do this. Actually, plus equals retrieve. And just to be sure this actually works, we're going to put a breakpoint here. And we are going to, right here, we're going to do init signal, name of bullet dot expires event handler, this. Okay, so now when the bullets finish bouncing, they should return to the pool and I should be able to fire them again. Okay, let's look at the remote tab. Our queue has 3 bullets in it. Shoot 1. Active bullets has 1 in it. It's going to bounce 3 times. I should probably turn that down for testing. And hopefully once it hits that... Oh, it's not going to hit the breakpoint. Because I didn't use it in debug mode. Okay, something didn't happen. So let's find out why. Okay, I'm gonna put another omit signal params variant arg string name signal. Do I have to do it here? I'm not gonna breakpoint it. Can I not do it that way? Do I have to do expired? I bet that's it. Oh. That's fine. So I'm not gonna be able to see the remote tree, but we'll still see what happens. Alright, we don't yeah, that's fine. Try fireworks as expected. Why did retrieve get called already? That's weird. Why is retrieve getting called so often? Okay, bullet. If C... is it calling this all the time? Actually. So I know what's causing that. I need to shoot a bullet straight forward and see what happens. Sometimes the bullets hit the collider on the tank, and I just have to fix that. Why is that happening? It's so weird. Oh. I think I know why. I think the bullet needs to reset. Let's try fixing this. Okay, so tank, bullet spawn. Yeah, that needs to be a little bit further out, I think. Or let's fix the collision shape. Let's move. I'm trying to think. It definitely doesn't need to be this big. Let's do this. And let's move it back a little bit. Really, the collision shape should be a little bit smaller than the bodies of the tanks. So let's do that. Let's do that. Now the bullets spawn. Okay, if I let's see if that makes a difference at all. Okay, that did make a difference. I need to turn down the... Of course I fired it in a way that it's as long as possible that we're gonna have to wait for this bullet. Wait, why is it still bouncing? That was weird. I feel like it bounced an extra time. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, things are really weird with the... Oh, that worked. Oh, you know, it's because... Interesting. Okay, let's do... Let's see if we can reset the bouncing. That'll make it a little less confusing. So bullet. We're going to do max bounces instead. And then we're going to do private int bounces. And on ready, bounces is going to be max bounces. And, oh, well that's why that didn't happen. So we're going to do that. And let's just do a reset method. Oop. Stop. I hate that. It's doing that because I don't actually have a reset method yet. But we'll do private void reset. And let's see. We're gonna do that before we emit the signal. Should we do that before we? We'll put it there for now. I may end up reversing that later on. Okay, we're going, and here's where we're actually going to do bounces equals max bounces. And I'm actually going to call reset here instead. Okay, so now let's see. Well, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the max bounces to 1 here. Is it here? No, it's on the bullet itself. Bullet, max bounce, or build, because that's now max bounces. There we go, is 1. And that looks good. Okay, we are going to launch this with here. Alright, I'm gonna drive right here. Oh, it hit the... that's fine. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. It's still hitting the tank. There's gotta be an easy way to fix that. Well, eventually I'm gonna make the barrel a lot longer, and that's going to fix that problem. I just need to, I wonder if I could do that directly in Blender without it being too much of a headache. Just for shits, let's see what that would look like. I'm not very good with Blender. I don't really know what I'm doing yet, so we'll see what happens. Okay, and we're just gonna open... I have that saved where? I think it's just in here. Models... Oh, is it because it's looking for, there we go. It is going to be tankturret.glb. Well, that didn't do anything. File format is not supported. Why? Oh, do I need to import it and not open it? File, import. I know it. Okay, right here. Okay, can I go right back in there? tankturret.glb. There we go. Do I have those in the project? I don't think I do. Tank turret. No, I just have it right in here. So updating that's going to be kind of a pain, but that's fine. Okay, can I edit this at all? Oh my god. That's a lot more vertices than I expected. I hope that's not a problem. Can I just grab like these right here? Oh, it's because I only grabbed half of them. Can I do that? Can I grab more? Can I just, like... Oh! Okay. Can I just, like, grab these? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So I suppose that means I literally have to grab all of these. Ew. Yeah, there's gotta be a better way to do what I want to do. I just... Push pull. Can I just, like... I wish I could, like, do this, but push, like, select everything behind it as well. And I'm certain there's a way to do it. I just don't know anything about Blender. Head cube, extrude region. Extruding's not really what I want to do, is it? No, because it does that. Edge slide, shrink, flatten. I need Weedle to help me. I'm gonna ask him. Okay. I discorded him. We'll see if he's willing to help me at all. Oh, looks like he's on his way in. I don't even know if I'm going to end up using this, but this is something I should know how to do anyway. I wonder if I should... I'll wait till he's in. I'd offer to jump in a Discord call if explaining it to me that way would be easier. But we'll find out. So rotate, scale, transform, annotate. Hey, Weedle. Okay, so what I want to do, this is my tank turret. What's happening is in Godot, I'm trying to fire bullets, but it's hitting my own collision box, because that's this blue box around here. Because when the turret's at this angle, it's still spawning the bullets inside my own collision box. So I just think I want to make the barrel longer. I think that's an easier solution, but I don't know how to do that. What I tried to do, and you're going to know the issue right away, is, where was it? I had this transform. I was just grabbing all these vertices, and then when I drag this, it's not all the vertices, because there's some that are like inside, and it looks awful. I don't know why it's not. See. So I'm hoping there's a way I can select, but it's like all the way through the model. I don't know if that's what I need to do, but like this just surface level selection ain't doing it. Also, if it's easier to explain this to me through voice, I'm willing to jump in Discord. Transparent select sounds cool as that. Top right, like in here somewhere. Next to the wireframe, I think it's the boxy one. Toggle X-ray. Oh, that looks cool. So I could just do like... Amazing. Beautiful. Exactly what I needed. I knew you'd know right away. And then, so that's... How do I get back? This is what I... And that's what it looked like before. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, that's exactly what I needed. You can go back to whatever you were doing. Wireframe will do the same thing. That's this. No, that's one of these. This guy. Cool. Thank you so much. That's what I needed. I don't know if I'm actually going to roll with this tonight, but I think that might be what I want to do. Another thing I thought about doing was just making all this... Can I do... Nope, that's... What if I do that? And then this. Can I make these the whole cylinder wider? If I just want the if I just want basically this whole cylinder shape to be wider, how would I do that? It moved it back too, but that's not a problem. Man, this is exactly what I needed. Thank you so much. Ooh, that's funny, but that's something I can deal with. Yeah, I need to just go through the tutorials again. Is that making the weird box thing all shitty too? Okay, it does kind of fuck with that a bit. It's these vertices right here, or edges, rather. Cool. So, so yeah, I made it longer. I kind of wish it weren't connected like this, because that makes it really kind of funky. But, I'm probably going to end up modeling my own shit anyway. This is technically a model I kind of made, but I made it from like blocks that were pre-made. But cool, that's what I needed. So when I forget how to do that in a couple of days, I'll be asking you again. But it won't take me as long to find it since you taught me it once. But yeah, thanks again for hopping in and telling me how to do that. In the meantime, what I could do is I could just make this really small. It sucks because I want my own bullets to be able to hit me, and I don't... I'll make a note of that. So I want my own bullets to hit me, but not when I'm firing them. So my gut instinct is a timer, like for this many frames, or maybe like a one-time distance latch. So like, I like that better than, although that means if I fire into a wall and it comes back, it's not going to do what I want it to do. So I don't know what debounce means in this context. Oh, the bullets ricochet all over the place. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. On the first bounce, it can't hit me. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay. That's a perfect solution, thank you. So let's implement that. That won't take me very long. So, well, actually, it might take me a little bit just because I have to build in some references to the current tank. But in the meantime, just to test what I'm working on right this second, I'm just gonna make the collision shape a lot smaller. We're going to do like, we're gonna do like that, and that should be fine. Okay, so now if I do this, okay, I'm going to go all the way down over here. See, and it's going to hit me and bounce. It's bouncing way too many times. So something's not decreasing the way I want it to. Okay, but I do only have 3 bullets at a time. Oh, you know, they might just keep going because I haven't told them to do anything when they expire. Because you notice, see, I can't shoot again until each bullet has bounced once. So the bullets are getting their expired status, but they aren't. They still exist in the scene. Here I'll show you what it looks like in the actual scene tree. Bounced once or vanished. What? So they're gonna bounce forever until I can only have 3 out at a time, and that is configurable. Basically, each tank is going to have its own object pool for bullets, and there's 2 queues. There's a bullet queue and there's an active bullet queue. And if the bullet queue is empty, you can't fire. And then once bullets expire, either by bouncing too many times or probably a maximum lifetime or hitting a target, they go back into the bullet queue. And that bullet queue is configurable. So some weapons might be able to have more bullets out, some might have less, things like that. But one thing that's really cool about Godot is if I launch it from here instead of from the code itself, there's this remote tab right here, which is the scene tree. So you can see I have 3 bullets in the bullet queue, but no active bullets. And as I fire these, you can actually see them move. But you'll see, yeah. Then after, see that one bounced. It bounced once and then hit another target, so it went back into the bullet queue. Now they're all back in the main queue, but since I haven't told them to do anything when they expire, they just continue to exist. So what I need to do is I need to find a disable state. I need to put in a disable state for the bullets. They shouldn't exist when they go back in the queue. I need to basically disable them. I'll either move them way off screen, or I'll turn off their model and their collision when they expire, and then I'll turn it back on when they are enabled. Cool. So I don't think that'll be too hard. So let's see, bullet. Can I wonder how I just disable? Oh, there is a disabled checkbox right there. So let's do this. Reset. Oh, bullet. Reset will also do visible is true. And we're going to need to private collision shape. And we're going to collision shape 3D, and I think I just literally called it. I didn't rename it. It's just called. I'm going to rename this. I'm going to rename this mesh. Come on, mesh. I'm going to rename this collider. By the way, Weedle, I'm using the Godot 4.0 Beta 3, you should give it a try again. They've improved a whole lot. The documentation isn't totally up to date, but its C# support is totally up to date. It uses .NET 6, and it's just amazing. And they've done a lot of stability changes. They've overhauled a lot of 2D stuff. I think it's worth a look. It's really cool. It uses Vulkan now instead of OpenGL, so all the 3D stuff is way better. Yeah, it's cool. If you're interested, I'd just go onto the website and read about 4.0 in general and just see all the changes. It's so cool. I love it. C# is, for me, it's the perfect balance of detail and modernity. Like I said, the only thing I like about C++ more than C#, I think, is the explicit reference manipulation, which you can kind of do in C# now. And then there was one other thing that I kind of missed, but I don't remember what it was. The other thing I like about C++ is top-level functions. I like that not everything has to be in a class like with C#, but it's whatever. It's something you get used to. But anyway, so now I call this collider. Let me make sure I actually did that. I meant to. I did. Okay, so so you taught me that. I'm good with that. I just want to know how to do that. I'm not going to save it. We are going to collider equals get. We are going to do. Yeah, it is. I don't love. The compilation is kind of a black box. Like VS Code uses MS Build under the hood even on Linux, and you don't really get to see how that works. So that's kind of a bummer. But especially if when you come from Make and Clang and stuff. But it's hard to like step back and trust the built-in compiler. But yeah, and yeah, I have helper classes all the time, utility classes and stuff. It's so nice in C++ to not have to do that. But yeah, okay. So anyway, so expire. Why do I call reset here? I don't think I want to. What does reset? I don't actually want to call reset until the bullet is initialized. We're going to do an expire. So we're going to do private void expire. This is where we're going to set visible equals false, and we're going to set collider dot enabled or disabled. I wish that it were enabled because now I have to do a double negative in my head. So disabled is true. Reset. Okay, we're going to do expire here. Reset. So max bounce visible is true. Collider dot enabled disabled equals false. And we're going to call reset when we get a bullet. So we are going to active bullets.addChild b.reset, and reset is private right now, so we're gonna fix that. It's actually gonna be public. I don't know why I made that private in the first place. Okay, that should be everything I need, I think. So we're going to just launch this and see what happens. Okay, bullet. That should what the fuck? You saw that, right? Is there a bullet under the map that just flies out to the side? I swear I saw something. There is. There's a bullet somewhere. Okay. Let's go to test. Where's that coming from? Well, that's what the, Oh, you know what? It's because the bullets don't start disabled. So what we're going to do is we are going to... Yeah, so when I populate them and they enter the bullet pool, they're active. And I think they might just be under the map or something. We're going to call that an issue for another time. So that's funny. I didn't even think about that. So I'm going to call you. You're going to bounce once and disappear. Awesome. So now if I do all three, they should actually disappear when they're done. I shouldn't have done this in a big empty map because now I have to wait for them all. Okay, so bullet pooling is more or less working. The bullets don't have a perfect, like, disabled state. But that's a problem that can easily be solved. And then if I really wanted to get crazy, I could go into the bullet here. I can make the max bounces like 4. And I could go into the tank and... Why is that not there? Did I not export it? Oh, you know what? It's in the tank itself. We're going to set the max active bullets to 10. And now I can just... It's weird that I finally hit that, It's weird that I finally hit that breakpoint all of a sudden. It's actually not as chaotic as I thought it was going to be. I can catch up to them. Cool, so that's all working really well. It's so crazy going from my own engine to this, and like, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to figure out the vector math for reflecting a vector across to normal, like to make these bullets bounce off walls the right way. You know how that's done in Godot? I'll show you. Bullet. If it hits a wall, there's a function called bounce, and it does the whole thing for you. Yeah, it's super nice. It's like, I learned a lot from making Ladybug, and I love Ladybug. It's probably like my favorite project of mine. It's crazy how much easier it is to just use an engine. And all this works in C#. The documentation has largely been updated to include all the C# functions. A lot of the tutorials have tabs for GD script and C#. And yeah, my tutorial for it still isn't totally up to date, but it's close enough. But honestly, unless I want to, like, just for me to learn, implement something in Ladybug, I'm probably not going to work on it as much anymore, because my goal is to make games, not engines. I might someday, like, intend to make a really small game just in Ladybug, and if I had to make, like, Snake or something, or some, like, Doodle Jump or something, I might prefer to do it in Ladybug, because usually there are games that are so simple that using an engine is overkill. And that's what I would use Ladybug for. And Ladybug now that it has like 3-4 years on it, is perfectly capable of that. But I'm even considering moving like Beacon and other projects I have in progress over to Godot. Beacon I could probably finish in Ladybug if I really wanted to. But I have been tempted to move it to Godot. I think I am going to finish it someday. I'm just not putting myself on a timeline. Especially because I'm not a puzzle designer, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. Is, like, all the stuff I wanted to make for Beacon, all the subsystems and everything, I finished. So I kind of fell off that, because it's like, oh, now I get to do stuff that, like, I have to do a whole different study of game design to do for a game that, like... Also, there's been a lot of Ladybug updates since I worked on it, so just getting it up to date in Ladybug is going to be a fairly huge undertaking. I wouldn't mind finishing it someday, it's just not a priority. That's the thing. Yeah, we could. I literally don't know where to start with puzzle design. It's just not the way my brain works. It might have to be something where, like, down the line we hire somebody. Like, I don't know how to even begin picking at that, like, at the peel on that. Yeah, Weedle, if you're volunteering. Heck, you could... yeah, if you're volunteering, you could download the source code in Ladybug, and I use Tiled for the level design. Beacon might be in a place where it might be better to keep it in Ladybug. I don't really know what Godot would bring to it, unless we want to do like super cool shaders and physics stuff, which I don't know, we might want to. At that point, I would be okay with porting it over to Godot. And luckily all the art and music and stuff is there, and I don't think it would be hard to move it over. The big thing would be, I think, with Godot, we would have to make... well, we wouldn't have to, but we could make the maps in engine instead of doing tiled, so we'd probably have to manually recreate the maps, but I don't think that would be that hard. Also, a lot of the maps are still full of placeholders. There's only a couple that are done. A lot of them are really empty. But yeah, maybe that's something we could look at if you're still planning on staying with us for a while. We could, maybe I could port it over to Godot and set it up to where we can all pick away at it. That'd be a lot of fun. But anyway, part of the reason I'm working on this particular project is the mechanics are fairly simple. There's no like crazy puzzle solving. There's no like writing or like narrative stuff. I'm just... I just have to make basic mechanics and some maps, and that's it. I think the hardest thing about this is going to be the AI, which I actually really enjoy doing. So, enemy AI is going to be fun. Okay, what was I going to do next? Do I even have Beacon on here? I'm going to check. Look at that. Does it run? Let's find out. Since it does have sound, I'm going to turn... oh, that didn't... I'm going to pause Spotify is what I'm going to do. It's throwing a lot of errors. But why? Graphics device couldn't be found. That doesn't sound right. Is it because... where's my... okay, there's my C. What happens if we just do net 6? That's probably going to break everything. Oh, what branch is this? Is this even the most recent branch? Oh, you know what? That might have fixed it. Oh, I actually loaded a file here earlier than I thought, or more recently than I thought. Oh, it's quiet. Turn that shit up. Okay, that's there. He still returns. Save and quit's still there. What I would probably do is just see how long it would take me to recreate like the first 2 or 3 rooms in Godot. And if it's easy, it would be so nice to not have to worry about the engine and just make the game. Because we could use all the art. I mean, the art and... well, Ladybug was the hardest part about this project. But yeah, for anyone watching who doesn't know This was the first game I made in my engine. It's not very, like you can see, a lot of it's empty because we're still working on designing it. I got all the like systems in place, but then we got to a point where we needed to work on like the narrative and designing the puzzles to fill these rooms with, and I kind of just fell off of it. A big theme with me is I'm really good about like getting projects running with all the tools they need and all the systems, and then when it comes to actually fleshing it out with puzzles and content, I kind of slow down. But yeah, maybe that can be a project for next spring, next summer. Yeah, cool. So yeah, and that's what I'll do. That gives me a starting point. Is I'll see what I can port over to Godot. And the other cool thing about Godot is it's going to be a lot easier for other people to contribute. Because yeah, I love Ladybug. You really have to know how it works to like work with it, and I've written very little documentation. But Godot, and just not having the weight on me to create everything with the engine will be huge. Also, using an engine will help with like porting it to platforms and stuff. Cool. And it's cool. Sorry, I don't know what that is. It's when I'm talking. I wanted to see, is this the most recent branch? I guess I can just do this. Git pull, git fetch all, git graph. Okay, that works. I'm curious. .NET package add mr williams.ladybug. Is it .NET add package? Oh, I have to go to the actual X platform. Okay, and the reason I did it that way was I don't remember what the current version of Ladybug is. Did it not do it? Oh, it's because it's welcome to Monday.ladybug and not R. Williams. Okay, and now if I reload this file, why is it not there? Don't save. There it is. Okay, 2.3.0. So ideally, all I have to do is just launch it again, and now it's using... Okay. Oh yeah, I rewrote the tile map system. It's not going to work. Core scene, main scene. What's your problem? Yeah, so I think this is just texture. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna git reset hard. And now we're gonna run into the issue with this. Let's just do net 6. And now it should launch again just fine. So it doesn't work with the most recent version of Ladybug. Cool. Because I totally rewrote the tile map system for the better, but it's going to take some updating to get it up and running. Unless we move over to Godot. Okay, anyway, that wasn't even the project I wanted to work on tonight. Okay, so next would be, I suppose, getting the bullet, like, dead state working correctly. I wonder if instead of calling, so in the bullet pool, when I populate, I guess I could just call expire. So what if I just do this B? Except that's not public either. Should I be able to call expire from the public? I don't really like the way this is set up. I feel like the expire method should call the signal. Maybe. I'm gonna have to think on that. I suppose ready. I could do it on ready. So collider, let's do visible false. And collider dot disable true. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of rename things here. Okay, so we're gonna ditch this. Oh, I can turn my music back on. Turn it down a little bit because Beacon was quiet. Okay. Okay, what's the problem? Why is that way? Did I just put that in there? No, I don't know why those parentheses are missing. Yeah, I would take it. Yeah, I know you're so busy with school. And really probably the best thing you can do for like your just stress and anxiety is just focus on that. I had that issue in my last term at WGU. It's like I want to do all these things, but I just don't have the time, and trying to make the time is stressing me out. So school is my entire life for just these 6 months. Okay, and I didn't notice any stray bullets just flying out of the right of the screen, so that's a good sign. I'm glad, because I know you've kind of been struggling with that stuff. Yeah, the bullets are just flying through. So, next thing I need to do is... I might need... When a bullet is fired... I might need... Giving the bullet itself the reference to the collider of the tank that fired it feels messy. I don't know why. Yeah, if you're gonna try to get to some side projects, like I still kind of kept up with my Trello boards and stuff, but I made sure it was okay with myself if all I did is just read through my Trello cards or my notes and call that productivity. I made sure not to, like... It sounds shitty, but I made sure not to give myself any goals in that particular space, just because I already had so many with school. Oh dang, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, I will... One of these days, when I want to work with Godot and I don't want to do this, I'll see if I can just port Beacon. Or at least, like, see how much effort it would be. Because it would be cool to finish that game. I feel kind of bad that, like, I did an interview about that game, and I'm like, it'll be ready in spring of 2019. And not much has changed since. I still need to read your thing too. I'm terrible. I will make time tomorrow. I don't have to take anyone anywhere. I have a 9:30 meeting at work, but between that and noon, I will read your stuff. Because you just... Is the chapter you just posted live? Is it out on Royal Road yet, or did you just post that for us for now? Okay, so I'll read what's on Royal Road, and as long as that doesn't take me too long, I doubt it will, I will read what your thing is right after, and if not, I'll read it in the evening. But I will have your Royal Road content read by noon tomorrow. Okay, so Weedle, tell me why it's a bad idea. I feel this in my gut that it's a bad idea. Why is it a bad idea for every bullet to have a reference to the collider of the tank that shot it? Why does that feel dirty? It could just be me. That might just be the best way to do it. Okay. So bullet, we are going to put in a reference. We're going to do a private collision shape 3D. We're going to do a private collision shape 3D called Source Collider. And we need a way to set that that's public. Should I just... I don't really want to just make it a public property. But maybe that's what needs to happen. Well, I only need to set that once when the bullet is populated. So let's just fuck it. Let's just make it a public property right now. So the tank doesn't need to know how many bounces it has. Also, let's see. I'm gonna step back up because I haven't read your latest few messages, so let me catch up. Unless I want that logic to be in the tank. So the only reason I might not want that is the collision logic is in the bullet. Maybe the tank should be responsible for knowing bullets it's shot and if it gets hit by one of its own bullets. So that might be a good idea just because for like scoring. Well, although if the bullet knows the tank that shot it, it can apply the score on a kill to that tank. So I think practically, it might not matter who does that, whether it's the tank or the bullet. Have the tank know how many rebounds the bullet has. Right. The bullet already tracks how many times it's bounced, so it knows when to expire. I could make that count public if we wanted the tank to do it, but I don't think that's necessary. Right here, so this Varsi... I hate that. It's like I'm just talking and something hitches. Anyway, so the Varsi move and collide, that's a collision result. If that is not null, there was a collision. So the bullet's already taking care of that. And I do that in the bullet because the bullet needs to know not only when it's hit a tank, but when to bounce. And that's logic I still need to put in. Right now it bounces no matter what type of collider it runs into. So what I could do is... if C... Well, let's see. C is a kinematic collision 3D. C dot... What can I get from this? Can I see what the collider was? Get collider. What does that return? Just an object. Colliding bodies object given a collision index. So I don't know what that would be. Let's do this. We're going to just fire a bullet in a way that collides. So let's do this. Let's restore the size of this collision shape to be closer to what I actually want it to be, which is... That's probably good. Well, actually, I think I want it to not be, like, probably there. Most of the bullets are going to be at the same, like, vertical level, so I'm looking more, like, at the cannon level of the tank. So actually, this should be, like, here. And let's move the whole thing back a little bit. Sorry. I wish it didn't expand from the middle. I wish I could, like, increase it from the edges. So let's go with that. That's closer to what I want it to actually be at the end. And we're just gonna do a breakpoint right here. And in my watch, I'm gonna toss a C.get collider. Because I just want to know what that object actually looks like before I start writing a check on it. So let's breakpoint, or let's debug this. And hopefully, I'm going to intentionally fire at an angle to make sure that I hit myself. Like this. Oop. Well, let's just hit myself the old-fashioned way. Alright, that's fine. I don't know. Did it hit me? I don't know what just got hit, because I wasn't... Okay, I think I did hit myself. So, C.get collider is a static body. Well, okay, that's not right, because... Alright. Still a static body. Still a static body. Okay. We're gonna do this. Here, how about this? Let's just do this. For science. Bam. Why didn't that work? What? Okay, that's funny. So why isn't it triggering on its own? It's weird. It should... Yeah, that was really funny. Move and collide. With a collision... Why is it... Something's quite inconsistent. C not equals null. Why is that not tripping on my own collision box? Oh, no. Okay, collision shape is there. That's so weird. Am I not? No, that's not the case. So the collider disabled is true. Collider disabled is false. When I fire, is that actually doing... So, where's try fire? Get. When I get from the bullet pool, that is when it is reset. So why is this doing that? That's so weird. What if I do this too? That's actually going to look really... Well, no, the floor doesn't have collision. That'll be fine. I thought it'd, like, put me up in the air, but it's not going to, because the floor is just superficial. That's so weird. It's obviously colliding with me. Also, apparently I'm so high up that they're going over the walls now. Okay, so weird collision boxes aren't doing it. Collision. We are gonna bump this forward because go to the side. Bring the corners in a bit. That's probably... So that's so weird that it's not like colliding with that the way I want it to. Is the collision mask set up right? Where's the... Is it this? 1-1 bullet is... Alright, yeah, that's 1-1 as well. Is it because of... You know what? It might be... That's so weird. I don't actually know why that's an issue. Okay, let's just shoot again and see what happens. You know what? I might not have launched it. I think I might know the issue. Was I launching it from Godot or was I launching it from VS Code? Because it does matter. It won't hit the breakpoint if I launch it from there, so... There we go. I was launching it from Godot. It's not going to hit breakpoints if I launch it from Godot. Okay, the get collider down here is a character body 3D. That's correct. So, is that the same entity as... Well, it's not, because I have not assigned source collider yet. Okay, so there's that, and then one more. We're going to do c.get collider equals source collider. Okay. So, now when we populate, can I... I'm wondering if I should just pass in the tank, or if I should, you know, just to get this done quickly, we're just gonna pass in the collider. It is the collision shape 3D. And we're going to do b.source collider equals collider. And we're going to fix the call to that method in tank. Collider, we'll do private collision shape. And we will... what does that look like in Godot? We're just going to call this the collider. So we are going to do... we have to do this. Okay, we have to do this down here. Collider is going to be entity dot get node collision shape 3D collider. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Right, fire forward. Why aren't those equivalent? Source collider. The collision shape. Okay, because c.get collider. There's a difference between the character body and the collision shape. Can I do get collider dot something? Let's see. There x equals c dot get collider dot get none of that looks okay. C dot get get collider shape. Let's see what happens. C dot get collider shape equals source collider. That's it. Okay. So does it matter which I use? Okay, let's see. I don't think it matters. Also, you know what? It might be better to use the collider because I'm pretty sure that I can use multiple collision shapes in one collider. Okay, let's do it that way. So, what does get collider get me? C.get collider. What does that return? Oh, it's not going to tell me while I'm running. C.get collider. It's just an object. Okay, okay, so we're going to change populate to take in the tank. Which later on might be the only argument it needs, because I think I could pull the bullet scene from that. Okay, and we're going to change source collider to tank. Okay. Is that it? No, I was going to say, I feel like we're just going to do this. That means that you're not used for anything. Okay, fire. Both of these are false. Source collider is a node. Oh, because it needs to be the entity. Okay, got it. Okay, a couple more changes. So that is going to be a character body 3D. So character body 3D. You have to fix that here. Character body. And we'll just call this entity. And something's still missing. Yeah, here. So populate entity. Alright. Give this another try. Coming up on my scheduled end, but I'm not going to quit until this is working. Okay, get collider and source collider are equivalent. So Now I have all the pieces I need to solve this problem. Again, for those who had forgotten, the problem I need to solve is a bullet cannot hit its source tank if it hasn't bounced at least once. So if bounces is greater than 0, bounces are dead. Oh, bounces okay. Okay, so that just inverts the math. So if bounces is not equal to... If bounces not equal to max bounces, and actually, we'll check that first. If c.getCollider is not equal to source collider, oop, why did that tuck another c? Oop, if in there. If c.getCollider is not equal to source sour bounces, source collider, and bounces not equal to max bounces, we're just gonna return. That might not be the right move later on, but okay, so that might be it. That might solve the problem. Let's just fire one bullet straight forward and see what happens. I think that did it. It's not bouncing anymore. Oh, no, it shouldn't be. It's still forcing me downward. That's funny. Okay. Okay, so let's fix this back to how we want it. I think that's kind of how we want it. And what? Just, this is totally not related to anything. What is the tanks? So the entity is the only thing that moves. It's at 1. Okay. It should always be at 1. I should put in some assurances that it stays there. Okay, we are going to launch this bullet. How many bounces do we have? We're going to change this back to 1. And then the tank bullet pool, or was it here? Oh no, it's in code. That's what it was. Bullet pool on the tank file is going to go back to 3. Okay, so now if I fired, cool. But if I fire so it hits myself, so weird that something's still fucky with the expiration. Those are still considered active for some reason. So why is expire not being called on the bullets? If collider is not equal to source collider, this is not right. So here, we're gonna change this. So if get collider is equal to source collider. Oh, yeah, that was it. I got that inverted. So if the get collider is the source collider and the bounces, that's what it is. Bounces is equal to max bounces. I needed that to be inverted. Okay, that should fix it. Okay, so if I go over here and fire at an angle, that's good. Bam, hits me. Bam. 3 bullets. It'll bounce once before, so that one over there is going to bounce back. Gone. Okay, so the problem has been solved. I'm going to do one more little thing here. I'm just going to do a gd.print to make sure I'm actually testing this correctly. Okay, we'll see how that goes. So that should print in the log if I'm able to clip my own. Oh, I might not be hitting myself. Okay, well, let's mess with it so that we do, just to be sure that we're testing this, or be sure that this is actually happening. So, let's just make this a bit bigger. Okay, now let's do that again. Okay, that worked. I definitely know that happened because I pushed myself. Also, it's saying stop hitting yourself in the log. Okay, that's working. Let's return this to the right size. I think that's a good size. It's gonna look kind of jank if you get hit. Well, no, that makes sense. Okay. What, the stop hitting yourself? I'm gonna take it out now, but it sure helped. Alright, we're gonna ditch this free right here. Alright, I'm gonna do some cleanup and some checks. I'm gonna clear this, and I'm just gonna look at my... Alright, that all looks good. I'm just looking at my changes here. I don't care about that. Bullet pool's brand new, and it's working just the way I want it to. I don't know if I need that collider reference anymore. Let's go back there. Collider, 4 references. Oh, it's because it has generated properties. Okay, I don't think I need that. Let's do this. I'm just going to launch the game and make sure it builds. Well, I'll just build it. Do another quick launch just to make sure it starts up. Alright, everything looks good. Okay, that looks good. Let me look at that again. So, tank.cs. Bullet pool we need, that looks good, that looks good. Eventually I might make it to where we can change the bullet pool size in the editor instead. We change that to try fire. I have not taken advantage of that yet. Oh, I can get rid of the fire method. Let's do that. Get rid of you. We'll get rid of you. Circular array I added, but we haven't used at all yet. That's something I use in other implementations of object pool. I actually stole this file wholesale from Ladybug. Circular array is a data structure I use for specifically particle systems, but it can come in handy for things like pooling. I didn't actually end up using it for this, but it'll be helpful if I need to home roll any particle stuff at all. Yeah, if you're curious, it's in the public repository, the circular array. Basically, it has a maximum capacity, and you request objects from it, and if you're requesting to more objects than the maximum allows, it instead gives you the oldest object. So it's fantastic for particle systems, because like if you want to, yeah, if you want to, spawn 1,001 sparks and the cap is 1,000, the first spark will be the next object you get, rather than it overflowing anything. So yeah, I have a hard time. It's one of those things that I like got up at night and put together because the picture clicked in my head, and I haven't really been able to get a good grasp of exactly how it works since then, but it does. Alright, so this looks good. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to commit this. Bullet pooling isn't 100% working, because the bullets are once again doing that weird thing where they're active when they spawn, and I need to fix that. Basically, I need to think up an API for the bullets for like entering their dead state, trying to decide if like the spawn state is different from the fire state, stuff like that. So that's something that I'm probably going to diagram out off stream. But the actual bullet pool itself is working fine. It's just the bullets themselves don't have all the states they need, and that's fine. So, and that's the other thing, is that like bullets have a potential of becoming really complex, because I want there to be like rockets. I think I want there to be like a shotgun style, and when the shotgun sprays out, is each pellet an individual bullet, or like how am I gonna do that with the bullet pool, stuff like that. So I have a lot of design work to do in that space, and yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting, but I'm not quite there yet. That's probably going to be something I do fairly soon. Another thing I want to do is, I think I'm going to make a level editor. I feel like that's a mistake. That's a lot of work. But if this game ever does get to a point where it's released, a level editor I'm sure would be appreciated. And it'll make me designing levels it'll make it easier for me, because designing them in engine is totally possible. But I think it'd be cool if I could easily whip up a tool that could do that. And my plan so far is there's only going to be one level of blocks. There might be blocks that like look tall, but everything's going to be pretty much a one-dimensional, technically a two-dimensional array, and that's really going to be it. And yeah, then I have a level editor, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be something in the game. It's not going to be a separate application, solely because it'd be cool to be able to provide to the players. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and commit this. I'm kind of struggling coming up with a name because I did so many different things. I'm just going to say bullet pooling functional. Oop, I accidentally hit enter. Alright, we're going to push that. No, the repository is not public. And I have yet to decide if it's going to be, because if this game gets finished, I kind of want to sell it. And, not that that prevents me from selling it, but I don't know. This isn't, I did not have this game being 100% public in mind when I thought about it. But I do see this as a game that I am making for a particular audience with a particular feel I want to grasp, and eventually I'd like to sell it. But yeah, alright, so we are only 10 minutes over what I would normally do. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night and get to bed. My next scheduled stream, I do like doing surprise streams sometimes. My next scheduled stream is going to be Thursday, 9 to midnight, same Pacific time. And then Saturday morning, I'll be doing another one from 9 a.m. Pacific to noon. And then I think it's our plan to do more Paper Mario Saturday evening, as long as we don't have anything else come up and we're both feeling up to it. But yeah, other than that, I will definitely see you all on Thursday. And thanks again, Weedle, for all your help.